Alright, hi guys. This is chicken leg quarters, which I'm going to bake for dinner. I So sometimes what I like to do is brush it with hot sauce before I add all of the seasonings. You know what? I am gonna do that, but I think I'm just gonna No, I'm not. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna season it. So I use. I've been telling you guys this like every single video, but I'm like, okay, so here you go. But anyways, this is a Pioneer Woman. What do you call it? Pepper grinder. I use fresh cracked pepper. I just like it, but it's okay if you don't have fresh cracked pepper. Just use regular pepper, the ground pepper that's already in the thing. It's all right. Just use what you have. You know, what you have with you. What is that saying? It's like use what you have with what you have where you have it or something. So fresh cracked pepper, some seasoned salt. I like Lowry's, but you can just use any kind of, or just don't use salt if you don't want to. Then do onion powder. Yeah, babe.
It was tough.
You got her in there?
It was tough.
You did. Don't put her by the food. No, go. Don't get her by the food.
Sorry.
How's she doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Whew, it was just a little bit tough.
Okay, don't put her on there. She could fall. Put her on the ground.
Okay.
Honey, if she falls, it's going to be all bad.
Tell her.
Huh?
Tell them what we got.
Oh, my movie got a hamster. And the name is Kruby. Him and his girl, Ruby. They came up with, because his name's Christian, her name is Ruby, so they came up with the name Kruby. Yeah, so that's what her name is. That's our hamster. So, so I've used onion powder, garlic powder. If you're using onion salt or garlic salt, I would just suggest not putting any salt on, because that's already enough salt on there. Garlic powder, onion powder, thyme, and then I'm going to put sage. Then I will flip these over. We'll season the other side. Then we'll put the butter in there. Now, leg quarters, I find, are a cheaper, how do you say it? Like, cut of meat? Is that the proper way to say if it's chicken? If it's not, I apologize. But it's a cheaper option in terms of meat, in terms of chicken. And, I mean, we like it, and Mama's on a budget now, so that's what we're doing. So now we're going to do the same thing, just an even coat of seasoning, fresh cracked pepper. This isn't really going to fit in there, but that's okay. We're going to use what we have, where we have it. I'm going to look up that saying because it's a good one. And I am kind of on that journey. Well, not kind of. I am on that journey right now of like, try to save your money and only spend what you need to, and just being a responsible adult, I guess. Growing up. At 33, I would hope that I am either starting to or have done it, but I can't lie. I think I'm just starting, especially with finances. I think finances, so it's garlic powder, the onion powder. I think finances have always been something for me where, like, I just haven't been very disciplined, to be quite honest with you, but it's never too late to start. So now we're going to do some thyme. Thyme loves chicken. I know it's like kind of a silly saying, but it's so true, guys. Thyme does love chicken. And it's, it just really adds something. But this, there we go. Now we're going to put sage. And then after the sage, we will put, now with the thyme, listen, it might look like a lot, but it's really not. It's the same amount as the other seasonings. It's just that it's green. So I think with that color or something, it just makes it like look like more, but I assure you, don't be fooled, okay? You need to put an even coat. You need to put a good coat of that on there. It's imperative. So now what we're gonna do is grab a real stick of butter. You guys know how I feel about real butter. Yes, it's salted. And we are, oh, it was crinkling against this. I have you guys held up by two things. One of them is the thing. But anyways, the wrapper was like going like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, what's that noise? But it's not even that. It's not creepy. I think sometimes I'm just a little dramatic, but that's all right. Makes life interesting. So we're grabbing this real butter. Listen, if you don't have real butter, I would just get a teaspoon, like your smallest spoon that you have, like this, and just simply, dollop it of a country crock or whatever it is. I don't even know. But what we're gonna do is portion it out by the tablespoon or even half of a tablespoon, probably just by tablespoon because it's only 4. And then we're going to place it like in between and on the sides of the chicken. So one there, here, and you kind of want to like squeeze it in there a bit, just so that you know it like goes down in between. Squeeze it in there. There. I know it seems like a lot of butter, but it's not like you're actually ingesting all this butter. You just want it for, the flavor and the moisture for when you're baking your chicken. Okay, there was already 1 tablespoon gone. If there hadn't have been, I just would have put another one like right here. Or right here even. You just want to put it like in between them for sure. And then try to do it on the corners. But if that doesn't happen, that's okay. Wash my hands. Now, I have already preheated my oven to 400 degrees. You could certainly do 375 or even as much as 425. What I have found, though, is if I stick with that 400 mark, it just cooks more evenly. I guess. I don't really know how else to explain that. I apologize. But so what I'm going to do, but you want to put it in there for about 45 minutes and then check it. But even after the 45 minutes, you might need about 30 more minutes from that. So the cook time could be anywhere from 45 minutes to 1 hour and 15 minutes. It depends on, your oven, and I'm not sure if it depends on altitude or not. Now, I live in Colorado. I guess they call it like mile high, which means like we're a mile above sea level or something. So the altitude does, I guess, have something to do with cooking. Now, I don't travel. I've never traveled. So I can't compare it to anything, but what I can say is that sometimes it does take a bit. But that's okay. It'll be worth it. It's going to be delicious and nutritious and all of that, guys, all the things, okay? So when this is about done, probably about 20 minutes away from being done, I'm going to cook my sides. So I'm going to pop these in the oven, and then I will do the second part of this video. have a good day. I hope you guys had a great day, and I hope you guys have a good evening as well, okay? Bye-bye.